Hey guys, just another quick tip video for you. So I've got a blank project here. I'm going to add an interface script. And what I want to talk about today is using an empty PNG image. So first of all, I'm just going to add a panel. And I'm just going to set this to have some kind of background color. This is just so we can see what we're doing. Let's turn that up a bit. So I've got a panel and I'm going to add a button to this. So we have a button there. Let's zoom in a little. There we go. So sometimes you're going to have buttons or knobs or sliders on your interface and you'll want them to be hidden. Maybe you've got a label underneath with some text on it that you want to show through so it looks like the user's clicking on the text when actually they're clicking on an invisible button. So what you can try doing, you can click on the button and you can turn down all these properties here. So like the background color, we can make that transparent, and all of these others, just make them all, just set them all to basically empty colors. And if we hit compile, we get rid of the background, but we've still got the little light there and the text. So the way I do this is to use an empty PNG image. So it's just got nothing in it, it's completely empty. So it's got like, let me show you. This is the image. I call it empty PNG, and that's it. It's just a blank PNG. You could even make it smaller than this. This is just one I happen to have left over from another project. So it's a tiny file, 2.8K, but you can make it smaller. And all I do is I apply this empty image as the film strip of the button. And now the button's completely invisible. It's still there, still clickable, but the button itself is invisible. And I use this all the time. Let me show you an example. If I open up this project. Okay, so this is a project where I have an invisible control. In fact, I have a few invisible controls. So there's one over here above the preset name up at the top. So if I click that, it opens the preset browser. Let me get rid of that. There we go. So if I click that, opens the preset browser, there's an invisible button there. There's also one over the LibreWave logo here. So if I click this, it's actually going to open a web browser. That's a link to the LibreWave site. So it's just a really useful little thing to have. So I always include an empty PNG image in all of my projects, and I'll attach this to the Patreon post. So if you want that empty PNG, you can just download it. It's useful for buttons. Buttons is the main use I have for it, but you can use it for sliders. If you're making custom sliders and things like that with panels, you may want to hide a real slider control so you still get things like the pop-up and stuff like that. Alright guys, hope you found this useful. As always, comments and questions and suggestions are welcome, and I'll see you next time.